Welcome back to another video. Today is going to be another VR4 video. I know you guys have been hyped about the build thus far. It is coming along pretty well, actually. How do you lower this? Hold up. Oh, here. Oh, it's already to the bottom. Today, we're gonna be going to Riaction USA to pick up some adjustable coilovers for the VR4. The car already sits pretty low as it is. These cars tend to sit with a really low profile. I appreciate you guys for sticking along with the channel. We recently just hit 60,000 subscribers. Honestly, it's been such a pleasure to be able to document all my builds on this channel, the good and the bad. Every single one of you guys that writes comments, likes, shows support, inspiring me by saying like, hey dude, honestly the stuff you do inspires me to work on my car, or inspires me to do this. And it's really nice to hear, honestly, and I want to keep that going. I do want to keep growing the channel. I do believe that it's gonna hit 100K hopefully within 2022. Mark my words, we will get there. We're 40,000 away, and I'm not gonna stop until we get there. So for now, let's go to Riaction USA, pick up these 3000GT coilovers, check them out, come back home, and get going. I think it's gonna be right there. Got a nice little Porsche right here. Very nice.
Number plate. These are the coilover sleeves.
So they just kind of protect the coilover.
They protect the shock and the spring from
like dirt and grime, huh?
Dirt, grime, and these filter where it smells a lot from the salt.
Oh, gotcha. That's actually pretty cool.
Corrosion. Aside from looking good, it's
actually functional. Yeah. I've never seen anyone else do this. It's pretty cool.
There are some companies that like stores that offer it.
That's awesome.
Basically, you're protecting your
Damn.
from the breeze and the elements.
That looks really good. You build them in house?
Those are done here, so.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we're dyno, so this is where we dyno our shocks.
You dyno? What's that mean?
So when you dyno the shock, there's a graph that shows you how it's performing.
So we're back home. Let's start installing these Riaction coilovers. I'll be showing you guys how to do it, and I'll also link the coilovers below. I do plan on running these on the DSM and Evo as well if they're actually really good. And I do want to show you guys the preload and ride height adjustment as well. Don't get me wrong, I do want to lower it, but I do want to keep it somewhat functional. So it's mainly because one, the front lip is super fragile, and even in California, you are very likely to hit something. So I have a feeling that I'm gonna end up breaking this if I lower it too much. Maybe kind of get rid a little more of the gap. It's already sitting at like 2.5 fingers in the front. The rear we could go lower, same 2.5 fingers. Just kind of take a look at how it sits as of right now. Now I do plan on either adjusting the preload for now. I will be leaving the ride height alone until we get to Monrovia alignment, where David is gonna go over everything, adjust the camber, the toe, make sure the alignment's good, and then make sure that the ride height is sitting good. Now I came across Riaction through David over from Monrovia Alignment. He does do a lot of tracking with his shop car, the boosted Honda Civic. I'm not sure what motor it has, but he tracks it a lot. He does a lot of alignments on specialty cars such as drift cars, track cars, autocross, all that stuff. So I'm personally going to be running them on the DSM, Evo, and 3000GT. So I do plan to make some how-to videos on how to install those coilovers on the other cars as well for you guys in the near future, so stay tuned for that. And if you do want these for your car as well, I did talk to them over at Riaction, and they're going to start production for these 3 vehicles for you guys. If you guys want to check them out, I'll link them down in the site below. Here are the fronts. The build quality just from the get-go feels really sturdy, really nice. It also does come with the spanner wrenches, which you're going to need for the preload and height adjustment, which I'll show you guys right now. This is going to be your height adjustment, and these colors up here is going to be for preload. Usually when you are preloading your coilover, you have to go ahead and loosen the rings down here. You then have to adjust the color up here to basically tighten and compress the spring around 3 to 5 millimeters. so car's on jack stands and I took the wheels off. I'm looking at the suspension components and man, I don't know how difficult it is going to be to remove these bolts, but just by looking at it, I could already tell you're going to have to remove these two bolts here, which hold the shock itself to the suspension. I'm assuming the brake line is attached to another bolt down here that I could feel, and of course the 3 studs up here by the strut towers. For the rear, should be a little simpler. You have 2 nuts up by the strut tower and one big, feels like a 17 or 19 bolt over here by the spindle. So that should be it to remove the suspension. Again, I'll put you guys on the GoPro. Let me take everything off. I'll let you guys know what size is everything else, but it should be pretty straightforward. Alright, so the front wasn't too bad, maybe I just got lucky, but for the top you have to take off these 15mm nuts. When you install the coilover, make sure the camber adjustment plate is facing that way because it goes like that, because if you place it like this, the wheel doesn't really, it's just do it this way, make sure you do that. You come down here and this is going to be a 17, this is the camber bolt, 17 for this bolt as well, and the brake line attaches with a 12mm bolt in the back. That's literally it. I did notice that my axle boot is done for, so this thing is up for some maintenance soon. The rear is done. All it is just a 17mm bolt back here and the 215 up here. Currently the next following day, the back is absolutely slammed. I know a lot of people will like this if you're into stands and stuff like that. This is not personally my taste. It's too low for me. Not only that, but the front is still at pretty much stock height. So I do want to lower the front, maybe like another inch or so. We're in a little bit of negative camber to tuck in the front tire as well. I've been driving for a good like 20 minutes now. Honestly, even without the alignment and with it being slammed in the back, it actually rides really smooth, especially compared to the stock suspension. Obviously it's a little bit stiffer. The car feels a little more like planted, but it still feels really, really good, and I haven't even touched the dampening yet. So I think I saw that 300ZX last time I was here. Got an Integra, the E36, BMW. I think this is David's personal Datsun here. Just came back from paint. As far as the adjustments, what do you think?
We're gonna try to go in more. You have a little bit more
Left of camber?
Yeah, but
yeah.
Just, so at least you got the orientation right. Everyone gets it.
Yeah, like they put it sideways on. Yeah, I made sure to add that in the video. As far as height, what do you think? Like maybe like another inch down and then like a little bit.
Knowing you, we're gonna make a switch to the tire.
I don't want it. Well, the thing is, I don't want to break the lip.
So it's already too low.
In a sense, yeah. So I don't want to lower the front too much, but I want to make it even because the rear I think is maxed out because it's already tucking. So David started off with the camber adjustment. As you guys can see, the wheel no longer pokes out. You can do that through your camber plates, and your local alignment shop can do that for you. He still has to adjust the toe. I'm kind of liking the height as it is right now. Nothing too crazy, but we'll see right now so it matches the rear.
I can move it. No, you're good. You got room.
I'm really liking the ride height on this. It's pretty functional, and as you guys can see, the camber issue is fixed. I'm just gonna let David go ahead and race the rear from the back. Give it a nice little alignment, and then we could finally go on its test run, and I'll let you guys know how they ride, how they handle, and how they feel overall. All right, you gonna show us how to do the ride height?
Yeah, easiest and simplest way of doing it without messing up.
Okay.
So we're gonna raise the car because the car is too low.
It's too low, right?
So we're gonna break this when the system's already broke loose. So since we're raising the car, we're basically pulling it out of the housing right here.
Okay.
So we're essentially making it longer.
Okay, so we're making the strut longer basically.
Yeah. So as you turn, sometimes this will move so you know where it's at.
Gotcha. What if they want to do it off the car?
You can do it off the car. Same
thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's probably gonna be a little easier off the car.
Yeah.
But you're most likely gonna do it again once it's on the car because you can't really.
Right, you can't predict. Right. So you guys can see that's how much he raised it. I'm gonna check to see if that's even with the front. All right, now we're gonna lower this side a little bit. Break loose the collar, okay?
But instead of marking it before you move it, you make your adjustment before.
Oh, it's kind of where you want to lower it?
Yeah, so right now we're gonna do an 1/8 inch.
Until the ring basically hits the collar at the bottom. You guys can see how much of a gap I have now. 5 fingers worth. I'm gonna go take it for a test drive real quick and see how she drives, and then hopefully we don't break this lip. How's the lip? I'm good. Wow, suspension feels really good. Really good. It feels like a different car. It feels completely different from the stock suspension. The suspension feels stiffer, but at the same time, it's very comfortable to be in. Handling is definitely a lot sharper too compared to before. It doesn't feel like as much of a boat anymore. Do expect me to take it up a canyon or something to kind of see how it drives in the corners, but so far I'm really liking the suspension. All right, that's a big bump. Let me see how it takes it if we angle the car. Okay, so it's not too shabby. As long as I'm extremely careful, I feel like I can make this lip survive. Let me see the cornering. Very responsive. Okay, I like that. I feel like I really need to dedicate a full video up in the canyons to give my full honest review about the coilovers. So far, I'm really loving them, especially compared to the teens on my Evo and even the Megans on my DSM. The comfortability for one is, I feel like, is a lot better, maybe because the dampening is a little bit lower. Coilover install is officially done. Check it out, guys. Give you guys a full nice little walk around. We didn't lower the front too much. We made it somewhat functional. It's around 1.5 fingers worth of gap in the front, and around 1.5 fingers in the back. And it does look pretty even from the sides. Looks a lot better now that it's fully lowered. Now, if you guys want coilovers for your 3000 GT, Evo, or Eclipses, I will be having the description below with the links. If you guys use the discount code Mitsubishi, you guys can get $50 off your purchase. Again, you could either get them online through Riaction directly, or you could get them at a discounted price here for staying till the end of the video. We still are missing a front mount, paint, interior. We got to do the brakes. We got to do the exhaust. There's still a bunch of stuff that I have to do with this car, including maintenance as well. But it's coming along pretty well. Let me know what you guys thought. If you have any questions, write them down in the comments. Again, I'll have Riaction's YouTube in the description, and I'll have the link to all the coilovers for Evos, DSMs, and 3000 GTs in the description as well for you guys to use. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.